Defined the first 2 months at your Thurrock is here at Chadwell St Mary Primary School, which is basically a matter of to close or not to close. The school went into special measures some time ago. It's still in special measures. Falling school roll, says the council, economically unviable. And the plans to perhaps consult to close, and if indeed they do close, and there's Development Corporation plans to create a new health centre, seem viable. But sometimes events and the change of events take over a situation. Russell Brand, our grey zone Russell Brand situation is a case in point. A year ago it had just been a silly boy making silly comments and a slapped wrist. But now it's seen as, with an economic recession, as millionaires taking the mickey out of a 78-year-old man. And so it is with Chadwell St Mary Primary School. What could have been seen as a special measures, economically unviable, events have overtaken it completely. This has now become about culture, tradition, self-respect and self-worth. As Diana Hale said in the council chamber on Wednesday night, you take away the school, you take away the only school with the name of the village on it. And that's not to be underestimated, the power and resonance of that. Because you can have all the community cohesion meetings and community forums and all these statements about every child matters, but you take away something like this and it suddenly has huge symbolism. And it looks like some councillors are caught in the headlights. And it's significant that the Portfolio for Education, Sue McPherson, who does a lot of positive work and is a delight to know, but here, you know, and especially on Wednesday night when she was reading from a script, it looked like a situation which she should have known on Wednesday night. Read as follows from Councillor Gerard Rice. Was Councillors Canavan, Fish and Rice call upon the council to withdraw the consultation on closure of Chadwell St Mary School due to propose 750 new housing units being considered by Thurrock Council and the Development Corporation in their new development plans at Chadwell St Mary. One of the arguments that Councillor Rice said very well on Wednesday night is that there could be at least 1,800 new homes come into this area. Huge demographic changes to Grays and Tilbury and Chadwell and the whole of Thurrock, and he feels that needs to be taken into account when you would in fact only have one primary school in this area. The consultation to closure was vital, that people needed to be heard. I think events have taken them over somewhat. You know, they looked about a month, if not 2 months behind the times, which gave a lot of people a cause of concern. Lynn Worrell, in fact, the Tilbury Labour councillor, said, you know, when she was overviewing scrutiny, there were 3 options going to be considered. When she turned up, looked at the results of cabinet, there was just the one option. And so some issues start to define, absolutely start to define an administration. And is this issue going to define the administration? Because Conservatives have many, many excellent councillors, but as a team on Wednesday, you really do feel for the staff and the teachers and the pupils. You could see on Wednesday night that there was a difference in the reaction of the staff and the parents. They were very angry and frustrated, and they won't forget, if this school closes, they won't forget that. And I think a lot of people in Thurrock won't forget that. And yes, there could be a fantastic building here, and in 15, 20 years' time we'll say, what was the fuss about? Sometimes when you're developing a regenerating area, it's an omelette and you're cracking eggs, etc. But it's the way things are handled and dealt with, and the use of soft skills and hard skills when appropriate. And people don't want to see the faceless bureaucracy, because that's what dispirits them. So the issue carries on, and be interested to see how this follows, but it certainly will, with a Conservative regime, still got 2 years to go, define everything about that regime and everything about Thurrock Council.